Coming up on this edition of Rock 11 Now Weekly, the city's gearing up to start working on the fiscal year 2020 budget. Find out how you can be a part of the budget brainstorming.
Plus, Twinbrook seniors are on the move thanks to Rockville's Villages Exchange program. We'll explain. And we'll share a My Rockville story of a couple who is proud of Rockville's LGBTQ community. More news, more often, right now. This is Rock 11 Now Weekly, so let's get into it.
It's budget time here in Rockville. Right now, the city is working on its FY20 budget, and you can be a part of the process.
Community involvement in the budget process is important for the mayor and council because it gives them a sense of the community's priorities, and that helps them with their decision making when they're looking at the annual operating and capital budgets.
You can give your 2 cents or more in person or online. Head to rockvillemd.gov/budget to fill out the 3-question online survey that asks your top 5 priorities, how to help pay for those priorities, and additional ideas to reduce overall costs. You can also voice your ideas in person by attending one of the budget public hearings. The first will be Monday, November 19th during the Mayor and Council meeting, which starts at 7 p.m. To sign up to speak, just call the City Clerk's office at 240-314-8280 before 4 p.m. on the day of the meeting. And you can even put pen to paper and write your ideas.
If community members would also like to submit written testimony on the budget, they can do so directly to the city clerk's office at mayorcouncil@rockvillemd.gov.
All suggestions will be collected and presented to the Mayor and Council by the City Manager on February 25th, 2019. The finalized budget is scheduled to be adopted on May 6th. For Rock 11 Now Weekly, I'm Craig Buchanan.
Hello, I'm Detective Vice with the Rockville City Police Department's Criminal Investigation Unit. Criminals are using some very tricky tactics to try and scam people out of their money and even their personal information. Unfortunately, millions of people fall victim to some type of fraud every year. That's why you should stay informed and be in the know on how to avoid falling victim to fraud. Before you consider any offer, do your research. Check out the company or product online. See if they've had any complaints or if there have been any reports that it's a scam. You can even search phone numbers. So remember, Rockville, following this simple tip will keep you safe and secure and keep you one step ahead of scammers.
The Villages movement in Rockville is evolving as volunteers of all generations are stepping in to lend a helping hand throughout the community. Villages are local, volunteer-led grassroots organizations that aim to support and connect Rockville neighbors. And this Twinbrook on the Move event was a shining example of the Villages movement.
It supports a neighborhood. It supports a sense of community. I have heard that there are people who don't have a sense of the place where they live, and that's what we want to generate. We want to generate people who know they live in Twinbrook and who are proud of it and who can say, we can get together, we're on the move.
Right now, Rockville has 4 emerging villages. If you want to start a village in your neighborhood, head to rockvillemd.gov/villages. Or you can contact the Villages facilitator, Trish Evans, at 240-314-8807. Still to come on Rock 11 Now Weekly, we share another My Rockville story, this one about a couple who is proud to be a part of Rockville's LGBTQ community. Their story is right after this. Rockville Rockville is a city of good neighbors, and right now the city is looking for nominees for the annual Good Neighbor Awards. So if you know someone who goes above and beyond in your community, nominate them for a Good Neighbor Award now. Head to rockvillemd.gov/goodneighbor and fill out a nomination form. You can also call the Community Engagement Department at 240-314-8344 for more information. Nominations are due by Thursday, November 15th at 5 p.m. Honorees will be acknowledged at the December 3rd Mayor and Council meeting that will air live right here on Rockville 11. Rockville, a city that is ever-changing and evolving and adapting to the needs of its community. A city that is inclusive and makes certain that its LGBTQ community can call this place home and be a part of the My Rockville movement.
Hi, I'm Mark.
Hi, I'm Lionel,
And this is My Rockville. When we moved here, we were looking at different areas, and we found many of them very welcoming. But we learned the difference between maybe welcoming and affirming. And here in Rockville, we found that it is not only a very inclusive place, but also very affirming of us and of families like ours.
One of the things that I love about our neighborhood, and I thought it was just our neighborhood, but I actually realized that it's like all over Rockville, is just in 2 blocks in our neighborhood, we have at least 5 to 7 countries represented, as well as people from the LGBTQ community. And it's something that I have never seen anywhere else. I think when you are exposed to what happens when different cultures and different peoples with different backgrounds come together, you realize how much richer your life is, and how much more you learn, and how much open you become, and how much more of a better person you become.
An amazing thing happened a few years after we moved here. We were asked to be on a group that was helping to name this new school that opened in our neighborhood. And the process was amazing because the city of Rockville and the mayor and the council and everyone is very supportive of getting a name that represents the culture and the people in our neighborhood and in the city. And so we worked on a group that ultimately came up with the name Bayard Rustin Elementary School. And Bayard Rustin was an openly gay civil rights leader. And it turns out that the naming of this school was the first time in our state that a school was named after an openly LGBT person.
And what a way to show not just commitment, but an affirming culture, right? Because it's not only about being accepting, it's about going beyond and making an extra effort to really validate what the members of the community are made of. And it's an incredible example of things we can do to embrace the younger LGBT community and make them feel welcomed and loved and appreciated for who they are, and really let them focus on their academics, on having fun and learning and becoming great people.
That's going to do it for this edition of Rock 11 Now Weekly. Remember, you can check out the latest happenings on our online newsletter at rockvillereports.com. And join in on the conversation and check out our posts by signing up for Nextdoor at nextdoor.com. And keep up with Rockville 11 by subscribing to our City of Rockville YouTube channel. And you can follow us on Twitter at Rockville 11, on Instagram at city_of_Rockville, and like us on Facebook. For the entire Rockville 11 team, I'm Kathy Dantzler. Until next week, Rockville.